Chaz, how are you?
I'm doing really, really well.
Happy Friday. Let's talk about the group TheBrewz. First of all, awesome name, classic name. Where does the
Thank
name
you.
come from? And I'm guessing it has to do with drinking, right?
It does. It does. So as you can see, we have a lot of liquor, but it's more so coffee. We love coffee. And so where the name comes from is there's, all these coffee places that we go to, and especially when I still lived in LA, right? You go to get a drink at a cafe maybe like twice a day. You spend $6, but you're buying it that premium because you know it's good. And so when I continued my journey in music, I thought, oh, it'd be super cool to like embody that culture into like music making. Like it's not just something that you're going to Starbucks for. It's like boutique, artisanal. There's a lot of care and quality put into the craft.
Okay, so give me an example of some of the coffees that you're into, because I'm guessing that
Oh,
you're someone who's taking in the worldwide tastes, correct?
yes, yes,
Okay, so school
always.
me a little bit. What do you like?
Um, Not very popular, but I love natural coffees. So that's coffees that are processed naturally, like air dried, versus the fruit of the coffee, the cherries, put in water. And so the majority of the coffee we get to drink is usually washed. That's the American Western palate. But there are starting to be more companies, like our friends in Portland, Push and Pull, that will exclusively work with natural coffees. Um, there's great, types of beans from different places. Here in Hawaii, we have great Kona pea berry. Um, Ka'u is my favorite. I think that Ka'u doesn't get enough love. It's like one of the least acidic types of coffees in the world. Great for a nice coffee, a nice morning get up.
Okay, dude, whenever we do a coffee show, I am calling you up as my expert, okay?
Please,
Okay,
please.
awesome. Very good. Let's talk about your music. Good catch. It is out. It is out, correct?
It's correct.
Okay, so give me the idea behind this, and then I will give you my reaction because I made sure that I was listening to it actually a little bit earlier this week before we had this interview. So give me the lowdown on the release.
So the lowdown is we wrote, produced all of the music last year. Um, in 2019, right before the pandemic, my partner Josh and I got signed to a publishing deal with a company in Portland, Oregon called Marmoset Music. They're also an advertising agency. They're huge AAPI supporters, and they are like strong supporters of the minority voice in music for film and television. And so they funded us, they paid our bills all through the pandemic, and they gave us money to just spend on our friends. So we just hired our local indie artists and put them on the record. And so, yeah, we're super thankful that, that we got to make this record, and that, during the last 2 years, it was very difficult. Like we lost gigs, but not in the same way that a lot of our friends did. 2 years of not playing in the restaurants or their normal gigs or weddings. So much of the entertainment industry was affected by that, and video industry as well.
So, as my phone rings in my ear, sorry about that. And there we go. And thank you for your calls too, by the way. Give me an idea. Your music is being heard now on television because of this
Mhm.
the work that you're doing.
Yes, and it's all thanks to the publisher, who's also the record label, Infinite Companion. And so they would send us, like detailed, we call them briefs, and they'll say, hey, here's a bunch of different types of music that we know we're going to need. Super Bowl's coming up, or there's a lot of people that like this kind of music. What kind of music do you guys like and would like to make that are maybe one of these choices? And so our dream was we would love to make hip hop. We would love to make more pop music. And so they just let us do that every month for a year, in 2020, or what is it, 2021. And so that's kind of the idea. We wanted to make our favorite summer jam playlists, kind of like the one song you would hear that you would love on like the Sugar Ray soundtrack or Sugar Ray album in the 90s, or on the Biggie album, like everyone loves Juicy, right? Or Dreams. And we just wanted to make a whole album of that.
Okay, now I want to make sure that I'm making everybody knowledgeable about this. I know that a lot of the music that we have on our show, because we like to promote Hawaii things, it's usually Hawaiian, contemporary Hawaiian. This is none of that. This is music that's on a national stage. That seems like it's out of a top 40 station or top 40 alternative. It's it can fit like multiple genre, multiple stations. So that's the kind of music. And if you get the chance, our moderators are also putting the details down in the comments so that way that you can go ahead and listen to their music even now while we're talking about it during this interview. What are you doing to promote the record?
We're doing as much as we can. It's just like when I was still in the band Streetlight Cadence and we were trying to expose our music to the general public. We're doing radio, HPR interviews. We are performing. We're going to DJ the music this Saturday at the Vinyl Record and Film Swap Meet at SALT from 11 to 2. We will also be at Night Market later this month. I think it's the 25th. We'll be DJing a set that night too. And then we're also going to be launching our new website and web store. We will be selling a really cool pink sweatshirt that's unisex. We'll have stickers, pins. We have a collaborative bag of coffee we're going to do with our friend's shop in Portland called Push and Pull.
Nice.
And we also have a pre-order for a vinyl record. The vinyl record is up for pre-order on our label's website right now. It's only $20, but it will take 1 year to get here. So we're just trying to do as much as we can without having to like physically sing, play instruments. We're not lazy. I just had to do that for many years,
Right.
with the band. I'm
With
just
Streetlight
like,
Cadence,
how can I do that?
But that's the thing is that you still take your passion for music, but you've really turned this on a dime and done it in a whole totally different way.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
talk about the collaborations and some of the artists that you're collaborating with.
Oh yeah. We're just super fortunate. We just made a laundry list and we somehow convinced our publisher and label like, hey, these people are excellent. We work with them all the time. Give us a budget so we can hire them. And they bit, they agreed. And so we got to hire my really good friend Isaac, Nā Hōkū Award winning and now Emmy nominated. He's about to win that Emmy. I'm putting money down on that. He just flew out today, I think, to New York.
Yep.
Also, my high school classmate, Becca Kim, Hawaii doesn't know we produced a K-pop idol. She got scouted and recruited from Hawaii, Moalo High School alumni, and she was in Korea for many years. She was in a group called After School. So this is her first release, since her career in that K-pop group. We also have Keilana. She's on a song with us.
Hōkū Award winner.
Hōkū Award winner, Keilana. Hopefully soon to be Hōkū Award winners, the new group's Crossing Rain. The leader of Crossing Rain.
Among other categories. So, yep.
Yes. So we got him on a song at the end of the record. I also hired Tim Rose to play some guitars on those. Who else do we have? We have my really good friend Thomas Iannucci from Kauai, also multiple Hōkū winner. And then some more unknowns. Ro from Eva Beach and West Side. I think he is the voice of the new generation in hip hop and pop in Hawaii. I would not be surprised if he gets signed to a major label within the next year. In fact, it's probably happening and we don't even know. Another artist, Adam, she's excellent as well. Who else? Higgs from the Big Island. He's the most unique musician I've ever met from the islands. He plays the ukulele and raps at the same time. Amazing.
Okay, so the genre is really getting out there into multiple areas and really growing.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I think all artists always want to do different music, but maybe because of, the record cycle or where they are in their career, they can't do that. It's like when we got to hear, the rock albums of Henry Kapono mid-career,
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so TheBrewz, once again, Good Catch is out there. Go ahead, wherever you stream your music, wherever you get your music. Talk about your partner for a little bit. Talk about Joshua.
Joshua would be here, but he's actually on a flight back from Vegas right as we speak. So we recorded this album last year, and we're finishing up our record actually that we're going to release next year. And so that's why he was in Vegas. But I met Josh years ago. He was in this band called the Fresh Preps, and yeah, we kind of stayed in touch when I was on the mainland in LA. He would call me up and be like, "Oh, how do I produce this? What should I buy? Software?" And before I moved back to Hawaii, he was a genius. He was 10 times better than I was. And I somehow convinced him to become my business partner. I think he wanted me to be his manager. And that's like, you know, what, 30% deal? I was like, nah, dude, you can be my business partner 50-50.
Nice, good going. Okay,
Mhm.
so once again, it's the two of them that make up the group, TheBrewz. Let's bring this full circle now because we started talking about the drinks. You're not only a big coffee enthusiast, but also, as I understand it, Japanese whiskey.
Japanese whiskey. Oh my goodness. Uh,
You do know that they have markets over there that are just only Japanese
yeah.
whiskey in Japan.
Yes. Yes. I bring home as much as I can when I go. Um, And it's, you know, I feel like it was a good entry point in like networking in the industry because in LA, it's really hard to get Japanese whiskey. Like you can find a bottle of something special maybe at 99 Ranch in Arcadia on a off month. They don't even have a liquor section. It's like when you check out. Um, but yeah, like that's how I connected with Marmoset, the CEO who I've known for many years. He's a friend. He found out that I like Japanese whiskey, and we just started, you know, talking about that. And um, yeah, I'm just really obsessive about Japanese whiskey. There's most of that up there is Japanese whiskey.
Awesome. Okay, the Brews, they are out there. They are Kaka'ako based, so here on the island of Oahu. Chaz Umamoto, Nā Hōkū Hanohano Award winner, cranking out the music, producing, songwriting, and you can catch more information down in the comment section below. Thank you to our moderators. Chaz, continued success to you, brah. And once again, good catch. Two songs in particular that I'm adding on to my playlist for when I go and do sports stuff. Turn Me Loose and
Yes.
Unstoppable. So just let you know, good stuff, bro. Keep it up.
Oh, thank you so much. Love you, Billy.